Hi, I'm Shraddha Kadakia and I'm a commercial photographer. I'm even the founder of Just Click image making company. I picked my first camera at the age of 16 and photography is not just a passion anymore, but a full-time profession. On Shoot It Right, we'll be learning every aspect about photography, making all you budding photographers shed the amateur tag and move on to the next level. Today, let's talk about the camera aperture. Aperture is basically opening and closing of the lens, which allows the amount of light to hit on the sensor to capture the image. Let's learn how it works and how it affects the picture quality. Oh, I even have a click tip of the day, so stay tuned.
So what is an aperture? Aperture is basically opening of the lens. As you see here, aperture is getting wider and narrower. Wider the aperture, more amount of light gets in, so you get brighter images. Narrower the aperture, less amount of light gets in, so you get darker images. The second most important thing what the aperture does is that it controls the amount of focus you would want to give to the subject. Aperture is measured by f-stops. Let's understand what f-stop stands for. F-stop ranges from f1 to f36. f1 is widest opening and f36 is narrowest opening. Wider the opening, more light, and narrower the opening, less light. Say for example, if in case you want to take a picture of mine and blur out this background, you would use f5.6. To have more details on the background, you would use f8. And to have the entire image to be in sharp, you would use f36.
Let us now see how to change the aperture on your camera. Changing aperture is very easy when your camera is set on AV mode on the mode dial. AV mode stands for the aperture priority mode, wherein you have to set the aperture manually and all the other settings are automatically set by the camera. Simply turn the dial to change the aperture number. Turning the dial to clockwise will increase the aperture number and anti-clockwise will decrease the aperture number. So to recap, today we learned what is a camera aperture, how does it work and how it affects the picture quality. Make sure you select the right aperture to get the desired effect. Choosing f5.6 will give you shallow depth of field images and f36 will give you deep depth of field images. Today's click tip of the day. Mount your camera lens with a UV filter. This prevents the ultraviolet rays to enter inside the camera. It even protects the lens glass with any physical damage or shock.
Hope this video helped you to understand what the camera aperture is. To know more about photography, do subscribe to Shoot It Right. And if you have any queries or feedback, please do write to us.